is you're just going to make a slip knot, as you would when you're casting on long tail cast on.
Go behind you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think it'd be easier. And then you're going to long tail cast on 3 more stitches. Oops. And as with all of this knitting, I want everything to be nice and loose and move on your needle really easily. You have to keep thinking that you need to have space between your stitches. I don't want it to be sloppy, but you need to have nice tension. Turn your needle as you would ordinarily begin knitting, and then you'll just knit 4 stitches. And now instead of turning your work as you normally would, you're going to slide it, which is why we're going to do double pointed needles here. So your working yarn is now coming from the left side of that row of stitches rather than the right. Excuse me. You're going to take your working yarn and draw it across. So you see here I've got, this is the working yarn here, and now I'm going to knit again. And on the first stitch, give it a little tug and knit all 4 stitches. And now what I want you to do is tug on the bottom, tug on the last stitch, and slide it to the end. Now this is where you're going to start to see the tube forming. It's usually row 3 or 4 is when you really start to see it. You're going to knit those 4 stitches again, pulling the yarn, the working yarn, from the left side over to the right. Give it a little tug, move it to the other end, and you can see in the back here, it's a little loose, but it's starting to pull together. As you keep moving, what you're going to end up with is this tube that's closed in the back. If I hold it this way, you can see it's like a rope. It's like laundry line. And you're just going to 4 stitches, slide them to the right, pull that yarn from left to right, and keep going. And then you'll make 2 of these that are 60 inches long. When you're at the end of your knitting time, you're going to bind off these 4 stitches as you normally would and leave a long tail.